Namaste and welcome to Tridevichamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. This is Yamajit, and thank you so very much for joining me for our Friday Puja and Satsang. Tonight is part 48 of our series on the 64 Yoginis, and we will be honoring with a Puja and Satsang Naryani Yogini. I'd like to start out with a quick announcement. I just want to remind everybody that next week and the following week, there will be no broadcasts. We're going to be going out of town for a couple of weeks, doing some traveling around the southwestern portion of the U.S., but we will be resuming our regular programming the week of October the 26th with our next program, the next installment of Kali for Everyone. That'll be on the 28th. So look forward to joining you once again. And let's go ahead and go into our satsang for tonight. Sorry for the lighting. It's definitely getting darker earlier, and I think next time I'll have to bring out some additional studio lighting. So the name Naryani appears in many lists, that is Namavalis, of the 64 Yoginis. While explicit details about her attributes as a Yogini, such things as her vehicle, appearance, stories, rituals, are scarce or inconsistent, some inferences and symbolic associations can be drawn. As with most of the 64 Yoginis, Naryani is likely considered to be an aspect of the Divine Mother Shakti. So Durga, Kali, Lakshmi, for example. Being named Naryani suggests a connection to Narayana, and that is Lord Vishnu, the preserver. Narayan, Naryani can also mean the expander of consciousness. Her name, while originally meaning the consort of Narayana, in Shakta, that is goddess-centered traditions within Hinduism, Naryani is not subordinate, but an independent and supreme deity, the source from which even the gods themselves can arise. The Devi Maya, also known as the Durga Shaptasati or the Chandipat, Naryani is invoked repeatedly in this scripture, one of the most important Shakta texts. In chapter 11, also known as the Aparajita Stuti, the gods sing hymns to her. You're probably familiar with this verse. Om Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shiva Svada Sadike Saranye Trambake Devi Narayane Namostute, meaning salutations to Naryani, the auspicious among the auspicious, the fulfiller of all objectives, the refuge of all, the three-eyed Gauri. This verse is one of the most famous mantras to the goddess Naryani or Durga. And because she's considered a form of Durga, I'm including this Nepali image of Ma Durga upon our altar this evening. Naryani, in this case, is the supreme Shakti who fights evil, personified as demons such as Mahishasura, the great ego, and Sumba and Nisumba, self-conceit and self-deprecation. These are all reflections of our own inner demons, those issues we're fighting with throughout our lives. She is Mahakali, she is Mahalakshmi, she is Mahasarasvati, all in one. The Srimad Devi Bhagavatam, also known as the Bhagavata Purana, and actually in the Bhagavata Purana, not the Srimad Devi, this is a Vaishnava scripture, and in Vaishnava, that is Vishnu-centered contexts, Naryani refers to Lakshmi, consort of Narayana, and she is the goddess of wealth, beauty, and fortune. So depending on the tradition, in Vaishnavism, Naryani is Lakshmi. In Shaktism, goddess-centered Hinduism, she is Durga. Devi in a supreme form, or Kali. In Tantrism, she's invoked as one of the 64 Yoginis. That's the context in which we're working in tonight. Oh, I'd like to say namaste to Elizabeth, who's joining us right now. I'd like to say more about her Hirapur image. So she is seen in this image. She's a two-handed, two-armed goddess, and she's shown beating a drum. And in Hinduism, sacred drums are instruments that are important to worship, playing a vital role in the invocation of deities, enhancing spiritual rituals, and connecting worshippers with the divine presence through both rhythm and sound. And then the other noticeable thing about this image is this little vase down here and the design. This is actually a treasure vase, something that you would see in Tantric Buddhism. And so here's another subtle connection to Buddhist traditions in this tantric, generally a tantric Hindu temple. In Tibetan Buddhism and Nepalese Buddhism, the treasure vase contains such things as relics of the saints, and also sometimes pieces of paper with scriptural verses on them, and they're an important part of an altar setup. And so that's another interesting little feature in this image. To describe some of her mantras, we're going, as part of our fire offerings, I'm going to recite verses 8 through 22 of chapter 11 in the Devi Mahatmya. And also, I'm going to use the mantra Om Namo Naryani. Some other mantras, another very simple one, Naryani Namostute is another one. Ya Devi Savabhutishu Shakti Rupina Samstita Narayani Namaste. Namastute is another important verse. That means to the goddess who dwells in all beings in the form of Shakti, salutations to Narayani. The goddess Naryani can appear in different forms depending on the context. So as Lakshmi, we see her standing or seated on a lotus, holding lotus flowers and golden coins flowing from her hands, calm and compassionate. In Shakta tradition, she's shown as Durga, often with 8 to 10 arms, riding on a lion or tiger, holding weapons and slaying demons, like the great buffalo demon Mahishasura. And she's shown as being fierce and protective. And in the tantric context, as part of the 64 yoginis, she may have unique animal mounts or fierce forms, often worshipped in very secretive rituals. So, Naryani might be worshipped during Navaratri, during the Durga Puja phase of Navaratri, during Lakshmi Puja, such as during the upcoming holiday of Diwali, which will be on the 21st of this month. And in that case, Naryani is honored as Lakshmi, and her role as a goddess of wealth and good fortune. And that section of chapter 11 in the Devi Mahatmya is often used in her worship. So Naryani symbolizes the cosmic feminine energy, creative, sustaining, and destructive powers. She represents inner strength, protection, and the supreme power behind all deities. And she is invoked for both worldly blessings, that would be her Lakshmi side, and spiritual liberation, that would be her Durga / Kali / Shakti side. There's no single Naryani temple as famous as those as, let's say, Durga or Lakshmi or Kali. but the name is used in many Devi temples across India, especially in such places as Odisha and Andhra Pradesh and West Bengal. Many temples may have a form of Naryani Devi installed and worshipped in such temples. So Jai Ma Naryani, Jai Ma Naryani, Jai Ma Naryani. And again, my pardons for the poor lighting. Let me make a little adjustment here and see if we can illuminate the altar a little bit more. Very soon there will certainly be a fire burning to light up your screen. There we go. That might be a little bit better. There we go. So I invite you to take a comfortable seated position where you can look upon your screen with a relaxed gaze. And remember, I said that one of Naryani Yogini's name meanings is the expander of consciousness. So as we begin to light flames upon this altar and illuminate our ritual space, so may your own consciousness be expanded in the same fashion from taking part in this puja tonight. But let's start out by taking some deep breaths. Letting go of the cares and concerns of the day, the thoughts of past and the thoughts of future. And bringing in a sense of relaxation and of peace, security, and a willingness to be functioning and working in the present moment. And bringing your breath and your attention to your heart center. Breathing through your heart center, connecting with that divine within yourself, knowing that she is there to guide you and to teach you and to heal you in all things. And I invite you to think of some aspect of your life that is ready at this time for healing or transformation or some kind of resolution. And I invite you to make an intention for tonight's practice. Just formulate it as a simple sentence and repeat it to yourself 3 times. And bringing the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Let's begin our practice by chanting the syllable Om 3 times. Inhale Om. Om. Second inhale Om. The third inhale Om. Om Namo Naryani. Om Namo Naryani. Om Namo Naryani Namah. Om Pavitra Pavitro Va Sarvavistam Gatopiva Yashmade Pandarikaksham Sabhyabhyanta Sushi Om Shuklam Bharadhanam Vishnum Seshivanam Shatubhajam Prasnavadanam Dayat Sava Vigno Pasantaye Jaganesha Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshvara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Guru Namah Jai Guru Om Trayambakam Yajamaye Sagandim Pushtivardhanam Orvarukam Bandhanan Matur Mukshiyam Amritat Om Namah Shivaya Devi Prapanote Hare Prasida Prasida Matara Jagata Kilasya Prasida Vishvesvara Pe Vishvam Tvameshwara Devi Chachara Charasya Jema Devi Om Jayanti Mangalakali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Shama Shiva Datri Svasvada Namostute Jayatvam Devi Chamunde Jaya Bhutita Harani Jaya Sarvagate Devi Kalaratri Namostute Jema Kali Om Sava Mangala Mangalye Shiva Svada Sadike Sadanye Trambake Devi Narayane Namostute Jema Narayani Lam Vam Ram Yam Hamam 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 Jema Narayani Jema Narayani Jema Narayani Nama Kapuragoram Karunavataram Samsara Saram Bhujagendra Haram Sada Santam Hridayada Vinde Bivam Bivani Saitam Namami Devi Prapanote Hare Prasida Prasida Matara Jagata Kilasya Prasida Vishvesvara Pe Vishvam Tvameshwara Devi Chachara Charasya Om Agni Jyotir Jyotiagnir Svaha Agni Jyotir Jyotiagnir Svaha Agni Jyotir Jyotiagnir Svaha. So I invite you now to breathe deeply. And as I give our offerings to the fire, I shall recite the Devi Mahatmya, chapter 11, verses 8 through 22, in its original Sanskrit. So breathe deeply and let the sound of these verses guide your consciousness to where it needs to be at this time. I'll then do some repetitions of the mantra Om Namo Naryani while continuing to give offerings to our fire. And then I'm going to invite you to breathe deeply and meditate on our fire. And I'm going to repeat our verses again in English so that you get the meaning along with their vibrations. Om Namo Naryani. Om Namo Naryani. Om Namo Naryani. Kala Kashtadi Rupena Parirama Parayani Vishvasayo Patau Shakti Narayane Namostute Om Sava Mangala Mangalye Shiva Svada Sadike Saranye Trembake Gauri Narayane Namostute Srusti Siddhi Visanam Shakti Bhuti Sanatani Gunasrayi Gunamayi Narayane Namostute Sanagata Dinata Puratrana Parayani Sarvasyate Hare Devi Narayane Namostute Hamza Yukta Vimanaste Brahmirupa Dharani Kashamba Kashake Devi Narayane Namostute Trishula Chandra Hidare Mahavruba Bhavani Maheshvari Svarupena Narayane Namostute Mayoka Kudavruta Mahashakti Dare Agne Kamari Rupa Samstane Narayane Namostute Samkachandra Ganda Sankhya Grita Paramudjude Prasida Vaishnave Rupe Narayane Namostute Grahino Gramahachakre Damstrudayutavashudhare Braharupine Shive Narayane Namostute Nishima Rupan Grihina Hatam Dayan Krenudhayame Trukya Trana Siddhe Narayane Namostute Kritini Mahavajre Sasra Nayanojvale Vruta Pranahare Narayane Namostute Shivaduti Svarupena Hatadaya Mahabale Godarupa Maharave Narayane Namostute Lakshmi Laja Madhavride Srarad Pushti Svade Dhruve Maharatri Mahamai Narayane Namostute Mede Sarasvati Vadabhuti Vadrabhave Tame Maste Tvam Prasidha Narayane Namostute Om Namo Naryani Om Namo Narayani. 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 Om Namo Narayani Namah. Jema Naryani. Jema Naryani. Jema Naryani Devi Namah. I'm going to pan the camera a little bit toward our fire. And I invite you to meditate upon this very happy fire while I read our stotram again in English. And again, let these words guide your consciousness to where it needs to be at this time. Om Namo Narayani. Om Namo Narayani. Om Namo Narayani. Jema. 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 O powerful one, who leads to evolution of earth from the dawn of time, and who is the main force in destruction of the world, our salutations to you, Naryani. O goddess, who is the giver of all things, who is peaceful, who is the giver of all wealth, who can be relied upon, who has 3 eyes, and who is golden in color, our salutations to you, O Naryani. O goddess, who is the power behind creation, preservation, and destruction. O goddess, who is ever, who depended upon the 3 characters of sattvas, rajas, and tamas, and who is filled with all good characteristics, our salutations to you, Naryani. O goddess, who takes care of those who surrender to you and those who are suffering. O goddess, who removes all sufferings from the entire world, our salutations to you, Naryani. O goddess, who travels in a chariot drawn by swans, who has the form of Lord Brahma, and who sprinkles water mixed with durba grass, our salutations to you, O Naryani. O goddess, who has the form of Lord Shiva, who holds a trident, who adorns herself with the crescent and snakes, and who rides the great bull, our salutations to you, Naryani. O goddess who is with cock and peacock, who holds a great spear, who is without sin, who is of the form of Lord Subramana, our salutations to you, Naryani. O goddess who holds mace, wheel, conch, and bow in your hands, who is in the form of Lord Vishnu, be pleased with us, our salutations to you, O Naryani. O goddess who holds aloft the great holy wheel, and holds the earth in her front teeth, who has the form of Lord Varaha, and who does only good, our salutations to you, O Naryani. O goddess who has the form of Lord Narasimha, who is horrifying to look at, and who is ready to slay demons, and who takes care of the three worlds, our salutations to you, O Naryani. O goddess, with the holy crown, who holds aloft the great Vajrayudha, who shines with thousands of eyes and kills the great demons, and who has the form of Indra, our salutations to you, Naryani. O goddess who has the form of Shivaduti, who killed the great army of demons and thoughts, who has a horrifying look and has a great sound, our salutations to you, O Naryani. O goddess who has a fearful face, bearing fangs, who adorns herself in a garland of skulls, who killed the giant Munda and the demon Chanda, who is the goddess Kali, our salutations to you, O Naryani. O goddess Lakshmi, who is the personification of shyness, who is in the form of the Upanishads, who has a religious temper and looks very strong, who has the form of the mains, who is permanent, who is the night of deluge, and who is the cause of all worlds, our salutations to you, O Naryani. O goddess who is wisdom of intelligence, who is the goddess of words, who is greatest, who is the goddess of the properties of sattva, rajo, and tamas gunas, and who is the goddess, our goddess. Please bestow upon us your kindness, our salutations to you, O Naryani. Om Namo Naryani. Om Namo Naryani. Om Namo Naryani. Jema Naryani. Jema Naryani. Jema Naryani Devi. Nama. Jema. 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 Om Savamangala Mangalye Shiva Svada Sadike Saranye Trambake Devi Narayane Namostute. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mritsoma Mritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sanavavatu Sanau Bunaktu Saviryam Kadavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvidyavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Om. Jai Ganesha. Jai Guru. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Ma Devi. Jai Ma Kali. Jai Ma Naryani. Jai Ma Naryani. Jai Ma Naryani Devi Nama. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. So I invite you to bring the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Once again, acknowledging that divine presence within yourself, remembering she is always there whenever you have need. And know that also whenever you have need, you can replay the recording of this broadcast again and again and do this puja whenever you need to, whenever you need the energies and the support of Naryani Yogini, Devi Naryani. And namaste. Blessings always. I thank you so very much for joining me this evening. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. I'd like to thank you for joining me this evening and hope you enjoyed our puja and satsang this evening. Be thinking of all of you, and I'm traveling. I'm going to be visiting several ancient and some not so ancient sites, and really taking the next week or two to really reconnect myself with the energies of this land for when I come back to you at the last week of this month. As always, I would encourage you to take some time for some quiet contemplation before resuming the day's or evening's activities. I'd like to thank Elizabeth and RW for joining me this evening, and anyone else who is joining me live. And also, I'd like to thank anyone who'll be watching the recording of tonight's puja in the future. And Om Namo Naryani. Om Namo Naryani. Om Namo Naryani. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Thank you once again. Namaste to Jamie as well. And good night.